Praise us, revere us. I'm joined by my two fellow people here in the call. You can just think of them as their black semi-Zamasu right now. And we're going to be talking about the Tournament of Power, the way that we feel, and the type of experience we've had up to, because the Tournament of Power is starting up next week officially with the big fights. So it's pretty exciting. Finally, this arc is beginning. So I'm going to let my two co-hosts introduce themselves right now. You can go in as aliases, as whatever you want. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Okay, I mean, thanks for the introduction. I guess you can just call me Raph. I don't know what to call myself, to be honest.
All right.
You can call me Brian. I go by some names.
All right, Brian, who goes by some names and gets a lot of brain. Got it. These two were actually in a group of OG, and they've been generous enough to let me promote my stuff without asking me to promote them back. But I respect that, so I'm going to give them a promotion here, and I'll try to link the group in the description to the Facebook if I can. Brian is actually an admin on that group, if I'm not mistaken, so congrats to him. So we're just going to talk about the Tournament of Power here. What do you guys like? How did you feel when you first started? First, let's talk about how did you feel about when the Zamasu arc ended? Because I know that was a lot of contentious feelings going around, especially from me. So how did you guys feel about the way that ended? And like when you heard about the Tournament of Power starting, what did you feel was like?
I was kind of annoyed about the fact that Trunks kind of finished it the way he did, even though he never knew what a Spirit Bomb was, but he used the attack.
Mm-hmm.
I just swallowed the fact that he had pulled the Spirit Bomb out of his ass, and then they pulled the BS of him leaving back to an alternate future, which really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because that never made sense, because it's not his future, it's just basically a fake future for him. So that kind of pissed me off, so I was really bitter.
Yeah, I felt it was rushed too. It was just...
It really
that
was.
whole arc was just something. It started out one way and then it ended a whole other way. I think it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
I think Hail Zeon pretty much summed it up perfectly. It had good build-up, but every time they needed to stick the landing, they just fell flat on their ass.
Yeah.
So,
well, considering that the Black Arc is still going on in the manga right now, I'd say that they really fucking cut it short, considering that Mastered Super Saiyan Blue and other stuff that was in the manga.
Oh yeah, the manga's done. I feel like the manga version has had some problems, but I think ultimately it's been much better than what the anime did.
Yeah, I mean it has its issues. Toyotaro's kind of messed up a few of his own rules that he made, like Zamasu not being able to sustain the fusion because he's not a actual god, but at the same time he can use the time ring, which makes no sense. But, I mean, I think, all in all, I think that it's much better in the manga right now. And I think that they just rushed it because they were worried about paying the animators, and they just wanted to get the good animation in so people wouldn't complain about it, and it just rushed the story because it just felt rushed in the end. Especially when, they spent, half the arc going back and forth. So, when you heard about this, I mean, how'd you feel about the Tournament of Power, though? Like, were you excited? Were you, kind of, over Super? Because I know a lot of people... I was kind of on that page where I was kind of, over Super, but I still liked it. But I was just like, I don't know if it's going to be any good. Like, I was kind of when I first heard about it, I wasn't excited. I was excited to see Super 17... Not Super 17. Well, technically, he's in Dragon Ball Super. I was excited to see 17 back and see 18 in action. And Boo, but I mean, we'll get to that subject later with that fat blob. And, but it was cool, but I was like, okay, this could be interesting. What did you guys think about that?
The first thing I noticed was Gohan. I was like, because I'm a huge Gohan fan, I was like, the first thing I noticed was Gohan had muscles. I was like, okay, I'm interested, but I don't know if I want to give Super my trust yet. I was really bitter because of his Zamasu arc.
I mean, I think this is a perfect chance to put Gohan back up on the little pendulum that he was on. supposedly Dragon Ball Z was supposed to be all about Gohan and leave Goku in the dust.
Yeah, that
But
was
they
the
went
idea.
with Goku.
I mean, I don't know how true that is, seeing as Toriyama just wrote as he felt like. I mean, he never really intended to go further, so at any point in the series could have been the ending. He just chose Gohan in the Cell game in the end, and then he just meant Gohan didn't fit the role towards the end of the Buu Saga.
Yeah, I think it was an interview I like heard about where Akira Toriyama, while he was writing the episodes or the panels with Gohan as just a school student, he was like, he's not the hero type. Like, he's not gonna fit that mold, which is kind of weird because he's kind of gone back on that this arc, because Gohan's been getting a lot of build up, and this whole thing has been like a big build up to him. I'm getting like Cell type arc type of feelings towards it. Like, they're really pushing Gohan right now.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a Buhan type situation, and he is too cocky.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, hopefully not, because I mean, Piccolo's already told him in one episode. He's like, when you get powers, you're either like too angry or you get too full of yourself and you make mistakes because you're not an actual martial artist. You just like get a lot of power and just start showing off, and then you can't catch earrings because that's
for shit.
Right? All that power, you couldn't catch a single earring. Come on. But I mean, I was a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I got more hype when they started showing off the previews and they like hinted at the new opening with the new music and the new people showing up. The female Broly, everybody went crazy about. Like, I won't lie, I did get more excited when I saw all that.
The thing is that I find kind of weird. They heavily emphasized on Jiren, but they never really mentioned him that much as female Broly.
True. Honestly, I think it would have been better for the Broly thing if we just got it as a surprise, to be honest with you, and not in the opening and not in a little teaser. Because that would have been huge if we just saw that. But once it started and they started doing the preliminaries and stuff, I don't know. I started getting more excited, especially when I saw how good the matches were. I mean, not the one with Goku and Bergamo. That one was probably the worst one out of the bunch, in my opinion. I didn't like that one at all. Yeah. But, I mean, it was cool to see Gohan in action again. He could use his, like... I like that he was using his brains instead of just his bronze. Like, he used his own, like, abilities, like, where he made, like, a type of, like, compass with his ki. That was really cool. And that was very, like, Gohan, something that Gohan would do to me. And then Boo even had his moments,
But can I just take it back for a moment to the Jiren part? Because I felt like that was... what they did to Jiren has basically left him a complete enigma to us. They haven't mentioned him at all, but we know he's going to be big. So I feel like that was a smart move by them, because he is hyped up as fuck.
Yeah,
because he's fighting Goku in the intro, but he hasn't been mentioned. He's only been mentioned once or twice, and he said, "Where's Jiren?" And then they say, "Oh, I think he's training," and then he's meditating like Piccolo and training his mind.
And the fact that Goku was on par with Toppo in his Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-Ken form, and Toppo was like, "Yeah, I got the guy who's much stronger than me." It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I think 17 was on par with him, so I don't know about that.
I mean, everybody but Tien was on par with him, let's be honest. Tien, bless his soul, why is he here? Like, he showed up by Roshi. Come on.
But wasn't there a statement made by the... Oh my god, I completely forgot the statement right now. But it's basically that the writer of the episode meant that he portrayed that moment bad, because what Goku is doing is just basically trying to test 17, push 17. So 17 was nowhere near on par with Goku in SS Blue.
I think they just should have powered him up to 1, 2, 3, and not just jump directly.
I think they were just trying to make like some kind of like tension between them, and I was all for that. And I get you have to give these people, you gotta have to ask full powers to even like make it make sense to why they're in this tournament with Goku and Vegeta. Because I mean, you can't just like go off of what he was like in the past. I do agree going blue is way too much. Like, I don't think I love 17. I don't think he should be that strong that quick.
But here's the thing. Would it be too much on Aspel? Because Frieza, in 3 months, jumped from Frieza arc level to SSB level. 17 started way stronger than Frieza, and he's been training for 13 years.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a great segue actually. Like the Boo situation. What'd you guys think of that? Like I was excited to know about Frieza coming back, but I wasn't excited to get rid of Boo. I wanted to see him in action, especially when they teased the muscular version. Like it looked like they were really gonna take him seriously for once.
Yeah, did they have any reason for him to go to sleep?
It was like I think Hercule said that he sometimes goes to sleep for long periods of time, and sometimes he takes quick naps.
It's kind of funny because it's actually in the lore. Toriyama once mentioned in an interview that Babidi didn't make Boo. He just woke him from long slumbers, and sometimes Boo will go into very long slumbers, and he might still do that. That's what he said a couple of years ago, and now we're seeing it in Super, so it's actually not something new.
It's not they brought up, but at the same time, it's been used way too much. Like in the manga, he flunked the test, but in the anime, he fell asleep at the tournament.
And then he fell asleep. He fell asleep during the Resurrection of F arc too. He's fallen asleep 3 arcs in the anime. That's too much.
And they hyped him up in the beginning. Like the first poster we saw was with Boo, and everybody was like, "Oh wow, Boo's gonna be in it." And then they even made a joke when it was in the preliminaries, like, "Oh, Hercule, he can wake him up when he falls asleep, so that problem was solved." And then they go back and they recreate the problem.
Yeah, but this time it's the long sleep, so this time it won't work. It's just, but why now? Oh well, because the plot calls for it.
Exactly.
Oh, another thing. While we're talking about Boo, do you guys think it would be tournament legal for him to absorb somebody?
Yes, it's
honestly,
his ability.
I think Boo could just turn everybody into little jawbreakers and have them roll off the stage and be the MVP. Let's be honest. Like he could just one-shot the entire game. He's kind of a game-breaking character in a way. It kind of makes more sense when you think about why he was removed, because if they took Boo and did what they could with him, he could literally just win in 1 minute.
That's why I believe that he was basically taken off. They wanted him on the team, then they realized, oh fuck, this guy is too strong in a setting like this. Get him off.
Yeah. But then, how do you fix that? You get somebody even stronger like Frieza.
Oh, but the Frieza plotline is actually kind of really interesting. How he's trying to revolt against Universe 7 and Beerus.
Yeah, I like what they did. Also, definitely, especially after the Resurrection of F arc. Like that was a joke. He needed to have a proper. If this is going to be a send off, it might not be. He'll probably be back in some way. But if they wanted to give him a proper send-off, they had to do something other than that Resurrection of F. Because even the movie, even though it looked better, the whole movie was a joke. Like, let's face it, the joke was Frieza comes back thinking he's all full of himself. Turns out he's not, and the only person who was really in danger was him the entire time. Because they even put in the movie, Beerus like, oh, what are you doing here? And they, to what your point was, now he's looking at Beerus like calm and collected, like he's thinking about how he's going to overthrow him. He's not looking like a coward next to Beerus now, which I think is awesome. He looks really confident around him.
They really did redeem his character, because in the Resurrection of F, he became a pussy.
Yeah.
Now he's back to the intimidating Frieza again, which is so awesome.
The good old OG Frieza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, they weren't really excited about Frieza coming back. I was actually excited when I heard about it. Tried not to hear about it from other means, but in the internet, it's hard not to.
That was kind of impossible.
Yeah, and I heard about it from my nephew, so it didn't even matter. You can't avoid it. And, I mean,
the nephew that summons for you?
Yeah, the nephew who has the godly pulls on Dokkan he giveth and he taketh away, I tell you. It's just, but I mean, a lot of people weren't excited, but I was excited, but now I'm really excited because the way they brought him back, oh my goodness, that's insane. Like, he was such a beast in that last episode with him in it. Oh my goodness.
But let's just talk about how the one thing I was really afraid of was every time Frieza showed up, the animation turned to shit. Mm-hmm. But this time, it's on point. We're seeing an on-model Frieza.
How shiny was
that
he?
Clash.
Dang.
That face clash between themselves.
Shida is a fucking god. He's on a different level.
Entire Resurrection of F arc. that one punch.
You just have to give credit to Shida. He's such a fucking good animator, man.
Yeah. He
I just
really
love-
is. He's definitely worth the money. I'm sure he gets paid a lot. He's definitely worth it. And they
Oh.
pull him in for the big scenes like that, and that was a good scene to pull him in on. Like, that is a monumental moment where they both knocked each other out. And I liked how they made it so that they show Frieza hitting Goku first, like it was in his vision, and then they show Goku hitting Frieza.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the part about Frieza being so strong is that he focused 3 months entirely on how to kill Goku, and he said
Yeah.
so many ways just to kill him.
And that was one of the most brutal scenes that Super's had in the anime. Like, they had Goku in some very, like, deadly looking scenes right there.
I mean, you shouldn't really be able to get stronger from that. But anyway, it's Dragon Ball, so just let it go. I mean, stranger things have happened. Piccolo grew stronger by sitting on Kaio's planet for 7 days.
Well, I mean, Jiren's meditating, so it might have some. I mean, there's something to it. He hasn't been doing any physical training. We haven't seen. We just seen him meditate and stand on the cliff like he's in the prequel to The Lion King. You know, we don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Frieza he said he focused every single part of him to train on his mind because he wouldn't be able to handle himself in that hell.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny because this Goku is literally 10 times stronger more than 10 times stronger than the Goku from Resurrection of F.
Yeah, and I love how they Goku wasn't showing Frieza all his tricks. Like, we know Goku has more power hidden that in the Kaio-Ken and stuff like that, but he didn't show Frieza that. So he's actually being kind of smart too in a way, not showing Frieza all his cards, but he's letting Frieza think that they're on par. So that he can keep him in check in a way, if you think about it.
He isn't showing us everything either, because we know he's going to receive a new transformation / power up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel versus Majin Vegeta. He could have beat Majin Vegeta because he had Super Saiyan 3 under his sleeve, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. What really happened there was Toriyama came up with SS3 later.
Yeah, well, that whole arc was just he didn't know what he was doing. It's like Gohan's gonna beat him. No, Goten and Trunks. Nah, Goku. Yeah, we'll stick with Goku. Like, he didn't know what was going on in that arc. I think I read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, that he was just kind of like throwing stuff at a wall to try and get the show canceled because he was so tired of it. He was just phoning it in.
I don't think that's true, because if he would have done that, I think the editors would have kicked his ass. But
maybe, but he is like a god over there, so
yeah. But at the same time, he was really burned out by the time. I think he really was tired.
Give me a minute.
What were you saying?
Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Did we lose him?
Did he disappear just right there?
Oh no!
Brian?
Oh no! Oh no, I've lost one of my blacks. The horror.
You're gonna need to edit this out later.
Nah, it's too funny. I might keep it in. Oh my goodness. Oh god, what are we gonna do?
Hit killed him.
Oh darn it, Hit.
Just came in and assassinated him.
Oh, that's sad. He should have at least let us finish first. Come on. Well, shoot. I guess we'll just we'll waste time. What do you think about Hit in this tournament?
Hit. Okay, I'm curious. Okay, so we know Hit makes how his Tokitabashi works is basically he makes pocket dimensions, right?
Yes.
Will that work in the world of Void? That's kind of my main problem here. Will it? Will it not?
I'm wondering that too. Like, it'd be kind of funny if Hit goes in looking like all badass, gonna go after let's say Vegeta, and he goes to attack him and he can't do his trick, and Vegeta just one shots him outside of the arena. That'd piss a lot of people off, but that'd be hella funny to me.
Oh, Brian's back.
Oh hey, yeah, Brian. I was just talking about Hit. He just Hit goes in to go punch Vegeta, but he can't do his Tokitabashi, and it's just Vegeta avoids it and then knocks him out of the ring real quick. That would suck, but it'd be hilarious at the same time.
Vegeta.
Yeah, I want to see another Hit encounter with Vegeta since last time.
That'd be so good.
By the way, what were we talking about right before Brian disappeared?
I have no idea. They were talking about the Akira Toriyama and the Buu Saga, which isn't related to this video at all. So I guess we'll change the subject to something else that you were talking about. You're talking about hit. Let's talk about filler. How did you feel about the quote unquote filler? The lead up to the Tournament of Power. I actually like it.
Can we start with Goku farming? Because we got to see him interact with random people.
He's a good farmer.
That was awesome.
He's good. He's one of the best in his field, apparently.
Yeah, and he just comes in and he just acts so casual. He knows these people. Just random ass people at the farmer's market. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I was impressed that Goku was such an adept farmer, especially since he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't care about it.
Wait, isn't there a quote where he says, "Will you stop doing dumb stuff and get a job"?
Yeah, he does.
That
was funny. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. No pun intended.
And like right after that, we get to. And I remember because why that episode was so hyped, because we got to see the new animation filter.
Yeah, a lot of people, that was a mixed bag. I actually liked it. A lot of people didn't, but I know what they're doing. I loved it. It does kind of get rid of the details, but when the details are in Super, I'm okay with that, because the details in Super aren't that great. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but if they get rid of detail, they get rid of time, and they could focus more on action-oriented scenes. It's basically the same as Pokemon Sun and Moon did. They got rid of some of the details, and the fight scenes in that series is so damn epic. Even though I don't like the plot, but the choreography of the fight and everything, that's so damn good.
Oh yeah, and I liked how they were showing other universes, because my big issue was I was afraid they were just gonna focus on Universe 7, and I didn't really want that. I'm glad that they actually showed us some, the part where Toppo and all the Pride Troopers were in their suits and it was looking like some type of Dinner and Andre situation. That was amazing. Just seeing them in the club in suits, just kind of talking like some kind of smooth jazz cats. That was amazing to me.
I loved it, but I could have done without the cat rescuing mission.
Yeah, but that was funny. I thought it was funny because he took it so serious. It just kind of goes with Toppo, how he was acting so serious. All of them must be like that, or that one robot dude, I don't remember his name. He's just taking it so serious about taking just a cat out of a tree, even though it's literally nothing. It's classic humor, but yeah, it was kind of unnecessary. I liked it though, to be honest.
What do you guys think about that robot that the guy was showcasing for the tournament? What do you guys think about that? Suction cups, the arms, everything. What do you guys think?
It's almost cheating, but I mean, except for the suction cups, pretty much everybody from Universe 7 has a person like that already. Piccolo can do that with his arms. Boo could have done that with his arms.
I think Piccolo has pride.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's their brains over their bronze, which isn't cheating in a way. It's just kind of using what they have available, which is kind of, we don't know if that universe is that strong or if they're just really good at creating things, and that's what makes them.
Can Goku just, let's say Krillin falls off, can't Goku instant transmission to Krillin and instant transmission back on stage?
I thought that all powers were deemed once you step off the stage, you have no powers at all.
Didn't they just say you couldn't fly?
Yeah, you can't fly.
Yeah,
that's all it said.
But instant transmission's instantaneous. You can just grab them and put them back. That would be kind of weird, yeah. They probably won't do that, but that's actually a good point.
I feel like the Yardratian might do it.
I mean, they might do it as a joke one time and then come up with some reason why they can't do it again. But
no spamming rule.
Yeah, right? Like the Xenoverse type of gameplay. We don't want that. Come on.
Okay, but what do you guys think about... because one of the biggest build-ups in the series was 17. And Krillin's build-up...
Oh, yeah.
Krillin has been given a lot of hype these past couple of months in Super.
That's
I
been
think
happening
it's
a while, yeah. Especially with that one episode where he got his fighting spirit back in the beginning, just to be ready for the tournament.
Oh, when they were in the Spirit Forest?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that episode.
That was a good one. I love how they're focusing more on... That's what I like about the little... People are going to call them filler. I don't really know what you call it. I wouldn't like to call it filler because I do think it's important. But I say build-up. The build-up to the tournament was amazing. I loved... Like, there was some episodes I could have done without. Of course, they're not... The one with... Even though I love 17's character, the episode with the poachers was stupid. The galactic poachers was, like, the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
But, a lot of the other stuff was really good, and I thought it was really good to build up, character developments, the parts with Frieza and Goku. Like, everything was just working out so well.
When was the Great Saiyaman filler? Was that post the Black Arc?
I think that was after,
yes.
that was
right after Black Arc.
But that's another thing. Super's kind of been teasing about Gohan. In a way, it's become a joke, but this whole series has been about Gohan getting beaten and then getting back up, pretty much, and it's kind of culminating in this arc. Hopefully Frieza might take the spotlight, which we can talk about later, but it seems to be leading up to Gohan getting that fight back and making it make sense because of all he's gone through, all the humiliation and stuff. It makes sense that he would become a fighter after all that.
I feel like this arc has basically finally hit the soft spot it's leading towards a soft spot with Gohan, where he finally can balance being a fighter, being a family man, and being a scholar, which is basically what Gohan needs to be. I mean, if you want the perfect version of Gohan, he needs all of those three things. He can't just have two of them.
True. But you can't force it at the same time, because like in Dragon Ball Epsilon, which I don't really like, to be honest, it's kind of they make Gohan like a badass character, but it doesn't seem warranted. It's just like he's a badass character because they want him to be a badass character.
Every Gohan fan fiction is like Gohan is super strong again. Why? Because in this version he likes to fight.
Yeah, at least Super, it's been a long build-up, but, I mean, we've seen him grow, again, kind of like Dragon Ball Z. It was about Gohan growing up from a kid to an adult, really. And it's kind of like a similar way, except it's kind of more his own, embarrassments, his humiliations, his defeats, his will to fight has really, grown throughout this series, and we've been wondering, why are they doing Gohan like this? Maybe they did have a plan all along. Probably not. But, eventually they came around and they started to make it work.
Well, yeah, Gohan and Vegeta have had better character build-up than fucking Goku.
Yeah. Goku's... what do? You can't change Goku, though. There's nothing more you can do with him. That's
I feel, to me, I feel like from Z to Super, they made him more stupid somehow. Yeah. Just... Somehow they just made him some more dumb.
Yeah, this arc has kind of fixed that though, because he's been kind of smart with Frieza. I'll admit,
I think what they've done is basically just show in Z, we basically only saw, except for the filler, but we basically only saw Goku in his serious moments.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing him more on the sillier side.
Yeah,
and it kind of fits with his childish character, but the only thing I think he's acted truly stupid is that whole Monaco bullshit, which I'm just now headcanoning that Goku knows about it and is just fucking around with everybody.
Yeah,
he's just acting stupid at this point.
I'd hope so. I mean, he can't be that dense, but you never know. I just hope that Monaco thing's over with. That joke. We already have Yamcha. We already have Hercule. We don't need another useless fighter. Even though Yamcha's going to come and take the victory. I mean, come on. But, we don't need another useless fighter. What's that?
What did he say?
It's like Dokkan and Lord Shugetsu. It's already over. It's been...
the joke is dead. People still want to make the joke, but it's dead. Monaco was a terrible idea to begin with. And now, I'm glad they're gotten rid of him. I don't want to see him ever again. I think the Potafu arc sealed his fate in the series. Because that was just garbage, and he was a big part of that.
Don't even mention the Potafu arc.
We will not mention in this video his name, but But there's a lot of cool character moments in this new tournament that I'm excited to see, like Frieza and Frost meeting. It'd be nice to see Hit go against Frieza. That'd be interesting because
Frieza and Toppo.
Oh yeah. And how's Frieza even going to do anything in this tournament? All his moves are kill moves. He's got death beams. He explodes people from the inside. What can Frieza do in this tournament that he's like not going to get disqualified for?
He could take the more sinister route and just death beam them to their legs. And
I mean, I was going to say he could death beam them to like the point where they can't move at all. Remember how he busted that guy's shoulder?
Oh yeah.
But seriously, how do you think about it? The way Toppo was building Goku as the big bad guy, and Goku was just sitting there. It was like he was basically feeding it to him because Goku thought he could get a good fight of this.
Yeah.
So he just played on it, which was fucking hilarious from Goku. But imagine if Frieza and Toppo meets, and Toppo meets like the true evil of Universe 7 realizes what evil actually is, and then just looks at Goku and then looks at Frieza and realizes Goku is literally an angel in comparison to Frieza.
I don't know. I think Toppo is the kind of person who would freak out and blame Goku even more for bringing Frieza. Like, you would bring this most vile creature. Universe 7 really is the worst. Like, I think it probably will end with Toppo and Goku coming to a positive vibe. Yeah, shaking hands. I think it's going to end. It's very wrestling-like, where they start out as enemies, and in the end, Toppo's going to respect him. I mean, I think it's going to go that way. But right now, it is hilarious to see Toppo just hate Goku so much. And it's going to be interesting in the Tournament of Power, because everybody's going to go after Universe 7, you'd think.
I doubt Universe 6 will, though.
Yeah, probably.
Does anyone else see a double crossing with Frieza and Frost? Frieza just kicking the shit out of Frost, like, down the void?
Yeah, I can see that. I don't think Frieza could work with anybody, to be honest with you. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. He's made that clear. And I honestly think it would be cool if Frieza did. It probably wouldn't ever happen because he'd be a terrible one. But if he became a god of destruction in some way, that would be amazing. Because who was better to destroy freaking planets than Frieza? He doesn't care. You don't have to give him the wrong food or the right food. Like, if he doesn't like your planet, you're done. And he just
Frieza is the god of destruction, but Goku as his caretaker.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh god,
I'd watch that.
That would be
I would really watch it.
I could just imagine the cheesy sitcom music with it right now. I'd watch that. That's what's gonna happen after Super ends, right there.
Okay, but here's the thing: what if Frost looks at Frieza, sees himself? Because I feel like Frost is more redeemable than Frieza, and actually redeems himself. As like Frost becomes a good guy by looking at how evil Frieza is, because I feel like Frieza is a lot worse than Frost.
I think that he would like make Frost worse, to be honest, because Frost is even worse than Frieza in a way, because he doesn't. Frieza, at least for what it's worth, he puts all his evil on the surface. Frost pretends to be something. Frost is like a politician. He pretends to be something he's not in order to manipulate others. I think he'll want to aspire to be like Frieza, to be honest with you. Like I could be like this. Like, I need to, more conniving, but I can be as powerful as this man, But
Frost also wanted to live. He was like, he wanted to I feel like he's very terrified of dying. Whereas Frieza, he'll never admit he's like weaker than, say, Goku, and won't even do it, even if it costs him his life. Does that make sense?
I think Frost is smarter than Frieza. If somebody gave him Ki to live, he wouldn't try and kill them with it. He would actually leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, Brian. I think you were gonna say something.
Oh yeah. Well, Frieza isn't afraid of dying because he's already died. He knows what's beyond.
Even before that, when he just was gonna kill Goku, even after Goku saved his life. Like, you could argue he knew he was going to live anyway because he could survive the explosion, but I don't think so. I think he was just a cocky he's just an idiot and he just wasn't allowed. I mean, the resurrection of F, I mean, he didn't let his pride. He could have just left and rebuilt the Frieza Force and become even stronger and then just taken Goku out. But the first thing he wants to do is take Goku's life. Like
Frieza just pulls a Goku moment. He just says, "Oh, maybe I can take him out right now."
Yeah.
Frieza. No, I feel like Frieza's a very rash character. He makes very rash decisions, which is probably going to be his downfall in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long do you think this tournament's gonna be? That's the big question.
Five
keep in mind,
minutes.
the time limit doesn't necessarily control how many episodes. Because, I mean, we all know the famous 5 minutes line and how long
48 episodes.
That's a dream. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'd love for that to happen. I'm thinking maybe 20 if we're lucky. It's probably going to be like 10 or 12, though.
I'm gonna say 2 or 3 episodes per universe to be taken out.
Oh, that'd probably work. That'd be about close to like 8 or 6, right? Yeah.
I feel like 11 episodes will be something. 11 to 14 episodes. That's my range.
I think Universe 10 is going to be taken out right away. Those guys are jabronis.
Oh wait, which one was the universe that you said was the stupidest universe? The one with the God of Destruction with the beard.
Ganondorf.
I honestly, I think 9's gonna be eliminated at the start. I think they're gonna do something, or they're not gonna have enough people, and they're gonna use this to show how cruel Zeno can be, and he's just gonna wipe them all out, and everybody's gonna see it and be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like maybe even Goku.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Crap, this is serious. You know, I think that's what's gonna happen because in storytelling, you have to have a sacrifice to show how bad the end result is. And since we're probably not going to get Universe 7 erased, the best way to show this is to show this universe that has been written out to be like the worst. They called themselves the vile universe number 9. Like the best way to show off Zeno's power is to just have him get serious and just wipe them out immediately because they didn't have enough people. He's like, I said, you bring 10 fighters, you're done, and he just knocks them out.
I feel like he wouldn't even be serious about it. He would just be like, "Oh, yeah, you don't." But wait, they said they have enough members. They said 80 members, so they have enough members. But let's just say they all get knocked out instantly. It's like, oh, you guys are knocked out already. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the universe, the futures Zeno get pretty serious, if you want to call it. I mean, that was kind of serious. Where he just kind of like wiped out, Zamasu without a second thought. Just like, what? He looks at Goku. It was funny. It was like, is this your doing?
Was it really serious though? It was like, he's annoying. True. I'm gonna destroy him.
Yeah, I guess it'd be kind of weird to see Zeno get truly serious, like angry. I don't even think we've ever seen him angry, to be honest.
Well, he did apparently throw a tantrum and destroyed 6 universes.
I'm afraid. I want to see that one, though. I want to see that version of Zeno.
Maybe a flashback?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Imagine the Grand Priest denied him his candy. That's what happened.
They can show him going back in time and meeting Bardock and then killing him because Bardock made him mad, and all the fans will be happy because Bardock came back in Dragonball Super. Living the dream.
By the way, I got a thing wanted to ask you, because we were talking about character build-up earlier. Have you guys noticed that Vegeta has received none? Like, except from Tien, Vegeta has received no character. Is the only character who has received no build-up at all.
I guess you could say him becoming a father to a daughter was his build-up.
But it wasn't too much. He hasn't been hyped up for the tournament. I think Vegeta is going to get knocked out early.
It's possible. I mean, he almost one-shotted the entire last tournament, so I mean, it would make sense, and they haven't. You're right. That would be interesting. They might. I think a lot of people would be pissed, but again, just like when I said with Hit, that'd be hilarious to me. Vegeta gets in all serious, and he just gets knocked out by Toppo, or Jiren just one-shots him out of the tournament. Like, that'd be funny. Or Frieza, like, betrays them and just screws over Vegeta. Who knows?
See, the thing is, Vegeta outright has refused teamwork. And his mentality is go against the strongest warriors. If he goes against Jiren, he's out.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people expect fusion in this tournament, which I don't think is going to happen.
No.
Cool, I don't think it's going to happen.
Goku is receiving a new transformation.
Yeah.
It's like 90% sure about it.
Well, the opening tells you something's going to happen. I mean...
Yeah, so fusion won't be happening if Goku receives a new transformation / power-up.
But it's weird, if you haven't noticed, they keep talking about bringing sensu beans. Have y'all noticed that in the lead-up episodes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's Beerus. They keep saying that. He's scared. Scared as hell.
Didn't we say you shouldn't bring those sensu beans? Like, they're really going to risk that? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like Goku's a person who could carelessly do it. Not intentional.
Yeah. Just he's used to it.
Oh, I had the sensu beans on me. Whoops.
He'll throw the sensu beans to all the opponents. Like, you guys look tired. Here you go. And then Gohan just gonna be like, seriously, Dad, again?
Gohan goes against Topo. They're the only fighters left. Topo, sensu bean.
He's gonna kill me.
Our universe is going to get wiped out, Dad. But Gohan, we need a fair fight.
Yeah, you gotta be fair. I would love that callback. For Toei just to do that would be hilarious. Like, Goku just throwing sensu beans at the person Gohan's fighting. Like, here you go. It's only fair.
I love TFS version. He's dead! He's going to kill me!
Yeah. And then Goku's talking about how, he can be relied on, and then they show, Piccolo, Goku, and then they just show, Gohan getting his ass beat by Cell.
Kicking him like you, Goku.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So who do you guys think was going to be eliminated from Universe 7 first? I think Master Roshi's going to get I think he's going to get, the jabronis out, and then he's probably going to get out, to be honest.
I think Tien is the first one to go out, because he has no hype around him. He is apparently weaker than Roshi.
Yeah. I don't even know what they're doing with him. They literally could have gotten anybody else at this point. I haven't seen him build up anything in this whole tournament setup.
I feel like the one from Universe 7 who's going to be knocked out is going to be Tien, Vegeta, Roshi, 18, and possibly 17 towards Frieza, and 17. And I think Gohan and Piccolo. I think Gohan, Goku, and Krillin will be the ones who will stand for Universe 7, to be honest.
That's not bad. I would like to see Gohan last for a long time. Even if he's not, the winner, I mean, I really hope Goku doesn't last till the end. They're kind of, teasing that might happen with the whole Jiren thing. But maybe he'll fight him first. Who knows?
No, I don't think we'll have, one fighter at the end. I think we'll have multiple fighters in the end. And then I think we'll have... The fighters will stand... Again, for Universe 7 will be Gohan, Goku, Krillin, and possibly 17. I think those are the 4 fighters that will be still standing once the 48 minutes is up. I don't think we're going to have one winner in this tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in when they were saying the rules of the tournament, it showed many fighters standing. It said, this is a possible outcome, but if there's only one person standing, the tournament is over.
Yeah.
True. I think the most likely people would be, if not Piccolo, at least Gohan, Goku, and Krillin. Yeah, Krillin, because he's gotten a lot of build-up. This type of things, they really drive on story, and you got to have a good story. And Krillin's had a good story. He's gone from, a real coward to wanting to fight again, which is really cool.
And they showed him the fight against Gohan. That wasn't just a random fight. They literally showed him that Krillin doesn't... Even though he was lacking insanely in power against Gohan, he still beat him.
Yeah.
Krillin is a martial artist.
On the sun for that move, because I think that's what the Kaio-Ken uses as the sun. But maybe they'll just pretend that isn't a thing and they'll use it anyway. I don't think it uses the sun. I think it emits its own light, because you should be able to use it at nighttime as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think in Dragon Ball they used it midday, and it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't Trunks do it in the manga? And in the Black Arc, it was basically night all the time. I feel like Trunks did it in the Dragon Ball Super manga. I'm not too sure about that.
Then again, Trunks can do anything. He's the GOAT. Let's be honest. He can do whatever he wants.
He's Trunks.
He could do moves that it doesn't even know about.
Yeah, he could watch a YouTube video and know how to do those moves. Go on GodTube. He could learn all the moves. He could turn into a god. I don't know why he doesn't go learn type in on GodTube how to transform into Super Saiyan God, and just
how to
Kaio-Ken.
How to use how to do a fusion by yourself.
Right? How to fusion with your other version of yourself. That would just be another Trunks. That'd be weird.
It would be an insanely powerful Trunks, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, what? He's already insanely powerful, really. I mean,
he's already Trunks Norris.
Yeah, he's already game breaking. I don't know.
Trunks is the Chuck Norris of that universe.
He really is. And, I mean, they could have replaced Tien with Trunks. Oh, nobody wants Tien in this. I was excited for Tien until I saw Tien. Then I remembered how badly he sucked, and I was like, no, I can't do this.
But here's the thing. Tien has been training all his life. How the fuck did he end up weaker than Roshi and Krillin?
I don't know. I hope he at least does like a volleyball fist, something interesting before he gets knocked out. You know.
Isn't that Neo Tri-Beam the one that drains him really bad?
Yes.
He'll probably do something like that.
I just hope I just hope he is knocked out like instantly because I like Tien.
Yeah. I hope we get to see the androids do something together. I know that's more of a future androids thing, but I really want to see that.
Whatchamacallit? What's that thing called?
Sadistic Dance.
Sadistic Dance, yeah.
Ooh, that'd be nice. If they did that, that'd be great.
I am hoping for some husband-wife team up between Krillin and 18.
Oh yeah.
They can't do Destructo Disc, sadly.
Oh yeah. Because, I mean, they can, but they can't cut anybody in half. They might have to use it to make somebody avoid an attack or something. You know, make them jump
or push them back.
Yeah, maybe he'll just have to hope they'll jump ahead of it. And and then he has a move ready for him, like a scatter Kamehameha or something. It would be pretty cool to see 17, 18, and Krillin do something. Kind of like the whole extended family right there, you know.
But here's the thing. Krillin does the Destructo Disc in the intro, so he will do it at some point.
Yeah.
Which I'm now thinking about. Can he cut the machines in half?
Cell tanked the fuck out of the Destructo Disc once.
True.
Yeah, but remember the machine universe. What happens if Krillin cuts a machine? He can't kill a machine.
Yeah, you can't kill a machine, so I think that would kind of make...
I don't think he likes what you're saying.
Huh?
Tell Magetta that. I don't think he's going to be happy to hear that. Magettas are people too, man. Come on. But no, the ones they made, you're probably right. That might be a way they can get rid of the machines. Just cut them in half.
Do you know what
the suction cups and things?
Yeah.
Do you know what I just realized will be insanely powerful for this tournament?
What's that?
Butamo. Because he can't get hurt.
True, but he can be taken out of the ring. They might be able to trick him or do something. Well, Goku was able to get him out of the ring pretty easily, though.
Oh yeah, just grapple him.
Yeah.
But now he would know about it, so he'd be more aware.
Hope so, but there was going to be a lot more people who could go. They could go out like a Big Show situation where everybody goes after the big guy and they knock him out.
But seriously, if Butamo occupies the center of the ring, nobody will be able to get him completely out.
Yeah, it might be pretty hard.
You know, Butamo might be one of the last ones standing for Universe 6 when I think about it. Like one of the surprises.
I don't know. I think they might do Kaba for that because he's been getting a lot of build-up too.
I think Khalifa will be knocked out early.
Really? That's interesting.
Talking about that, do you guys think that it's either Kaba or Khalifa that KO has a liking to? Who is it that she likes that she turned legendary for?
Caulifla.
There's a there's a lot of like different like ways I've heard this. It could just be like a feeling of her feeling inadequate. But if we're gonna go the relationship way, I think it's Caulifla.
Okay, seriously, the way she blushed at Caulifla when she turns SSJ, and then she looks at Kaba and she just looks at him in disgust. And then
is that her first same-sex thing in Dragon Ball?
I was about to say that would be very progressive for the series.
No, we have had a gay pedophile in the series, General Blue. He was a gay pedophile.
Like, he's just creepy though. That's the first. I mean, you talk about creeps. Dragon Ball has its creeps.
A lot of them.
But he was a gay pedophile.
He was.
He literally tried to hit.
He was a terrible human being. And I still like him from that series. I don't know why. He's still one of my favorite characters, even though he's a terrible. Even though I think the anime made him look much worse than he did in the manga. They were kind of more. It was hinted at in the manga, but in the anime they really went for that. That referencing.
It was so fucking hilarious when he started hitting. He just looked at the 10-year-old boy. It's like, yeah, that's my type.
Yeah, he was weird. It's a good thing he got killed with a tongue. Spoilers for Dragon Ball.
Not like anybody hasn't watched Dragon Ball besides the young people.
Yeah, like people don't even know what Dragon Ball is. Like, what's Dragon Ball? I don't know.
But
that's such a good show.
Oh yeah,
Dragon Ball.
The best story is Dragon Ball. That was his best storytelling.
I think Dragon Ball from the 21st Budokai until the Saiyan Saga is where it was on its peak in its storytelling, and then it just slowly went downwards until it crashed in the Buu Saga. Just completely crashed.
Yeah, so the big question, we've been going a long time. This is definitely going to be like a podcast video. The tournament, how do you think it's going to... You think it's going to end good, or do you think they're going to keep the momentum, or will they drop it like they did with the Black Arc? Let's bring it all back around. Bring it back to Zamasu, Black, whatever you want to call the arc. Do you think it'll actually be as good as we want it to be, or will it drop the ball at the very end?
It has a lot of build-up. The Black Arc was just, oh, here's a new villain. This villain is doing this and that. Oh, here's another villain. They're fusing.
Well, the Black Arc was good until the mystery was gone. I think that's when they started phoning it in too.
Yeah, I think since this is focusing on a lot of our characters that we like, especially ones that we haven't seen in like forever, I think it's gonna do pretty good.
I mean, it's going to depend on the fights.
Yeah.
Because it's a tournament, but Super has been did the fights in the Black Arc really well. The exhibition matches was done extremely well.
Oh yeah, the fights in the Black Arc, I don't think anyone can argue. They were amazing. Like
Goku versus Gohan was awesome. Yeah. So I think the fights are going to be good, and at the end, I think we are all expecting some like Deus Ex Machina save for the universes where Goku, where you get the Super Dragon Balls. Goku just goes like, "Yo, Zeno, don't destroy it," or Zeno just comes in. It's a prank, bro. Nobody gets destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, there's been people who've like theorized Universe 6 wins, and Champa, he wishes for the universe to be returned in a way to thank Beerus for returning his Earth, which is nice, but it's nice, but it's not an exciting ending. I hope that it goes into something else, because I think it's pretty clear that it's not going to be the last arc. The series is going way too good right now. It's way too popular. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. I would love it if it actually honestly, if it didn't finish. I want something to happen in between that will break up the tournament so that we have to go into another more dire situation, like, you know, something that keeps it going. But because they usually don't end tournaments, like the Universe 6 was very rare in the way they actually got to end the tournament, and it had a happy ending. And why is Champa searching for the Super Dragon Balls again? Did he destroy his own Earth? What's going on with that?
Wait, but where did that thing about Dragon Ball never-ending tournaments comes from? Because Dragon Ball has had how many tournaments now?
Specifically
6
Dragon
tournaments.
Ball Z. Sorry, specifically Dragon Ball Z. Like, there's always something that interrupted the tournament.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
didn't
been
mean Dragon Ball. I meant Dragon Ball Z, specifically that. With like,
But hasn't there been 7? Okay, but in all of this year, it's been 7 tournaments. Z had how many? 2?
yeah,
Cell Games and the Budokai. So technically it's 50-50. I'm just trying to nitpick it.
yeah, you're right.
Well,
I mean, I should have specified. Dragon Ball Z hasn't finished their tournament.
Then again, the Cell did destroy the tournaments. I guess you are right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he destroyed
That's
the
right. Praise me, revere me. I'm
everything.
right. That's right. Yeah, but that's true. But the tournaments. So I mean, I think that'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. I do like the theory that the Daishin, or whatever you want to call it, Grand Prix, does have a nefarious plot, because they've kind of hinted that there's something up with him, and I would like it to go to that way. Because how do you beat that kind of person who's stronger than even the most strongest people we know in the series right now, in Whis and all the angels, and probably not Xeno, but I mean, he seems to be manipulating the Xenos more than anything. To me, that's how it comes off, because you never really hear them talk more than what he's telling us what they're saying, but he seems to understand them in a way that we don't.
How I want this arc to end, and how I want it to lead to the next universe, is basically somebody uses the Super Dragon Balls, Goku, to wish back the other universes, and that means everyone, even the 6 that got destroyed, the Xeno destroyed in a tantrum, and one of those universes has a fucking Makaioshin, because I want a Makaioshin in Super.
Yeah, I think the closest we got was Zamasu, and they didn't call him a Makaioshin, even though that was a perfect opportunity to bring them in.
But if they bring a Makaioshin, they can expand the lore so much.
Yeah.
They can go way beyond. They could create some dark, fucked up shit, because Makaiyoshins are evil gods. The Supreme Kai has magic. The Makaioshin might have some magic of their own. There's so much they can do if they bring back some Makaiyoshins.
That's true, but to be honest, I don't want. That's a good ending, but I think if we're gonna follow along, because I don't know if we're gonna do this or not, but Akira's last ending, let's be honest, was not happy. It was happy on the surface, but if you think about it deep, it was a really messed up ending.
It's a fucked up ending. Trunks went to a universe.
Zamasu and Black won. Like, they destroyed everybody in the universe. He got destroyed in the grand scheme of things, but he didn't care about surviving. He just wanted it to be done. So
the most fucked up part is like, Trunks, I know everybody you love is dead except for Mai, but let's have a party. We won. Yippee! Let's go.
It's like if you're young, you get that it's a happy ending, but if you're older, it's kind of has something for both people in that way. Where if you're older, you can see past that. Like, wait a minute, why are they celebrating?
Died.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, everybody died.
This was terrible.
The Earth is barren. Everybody died. What is there to win?
And then Mai's dumbass like, oh, even if it's not the same people, they have the same faces. No, bitch, that's not the same thing.
It's not the same memories. They won't remember.
So
it's like saying Kid Trunks and Future Trunks are the same person. No.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah, one has blue hair, one has purple hair.
But it's so fucking messed up. They went to a timeline of false happiness. They're literally living in a bubble. It's like,
they're living a lie.
Yeah.
And they're interrupting other versions of themselves who don't need this extra hassle. Like, I didn't want to double.
I mean, okay, and the worst part is I don't even know how you can make it worse. It's just so fucked up. It's
just bad. It's horrible.
Unless he has a plan to bring it back around and something's going to happen with this. That was a really sad ending, and we know Akira Toriyama is not known for making really sad endings. So do you think he's going to keep that type of tone in this one, or do you think it's just going to be kind of like a vanilla happy ending? You know, everybody dies, but somebody wishes them back. So, you know, all's well that ends well. Let's go have another party, because that's all we do now at the end of arc.
As long as Universe 6 doesn't get destroyed, yes, Universe 6,
Yeah.
I'm happy because I love the Universe 6 characters.
Yeah.
The thing is that I kind of like the fact that they're saying, okay, we've had some deaths and we lost a lot, but we at least made it to this point. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I like the fact that they're making death seem like it matter as well in this tournament, because even though you could technically wish somebody back with the Dragon Balls, I mean, you don't feel like, oh, whoever's going to win is just automatically going to decide to do that. They have to be somebody good like Goku or Gohan, you know. They have to be someone like that to actually say, I want to bring everybody back to life. Like, if Frieza wins, you think he's going to do that? Heck no. Like, if Frieza's the MVP, he's definitely not going to... He's going to wish for something diabolical. Like, he's not going to care about the other universes. You know? I mean, the other universes probably won't care about saving all the other universes. So it's kind of a weird thing. And I don't want Universe 7 to win because that's so expected, you know? Like, I want something like nobody sees coming, except for the people who look ahead and see the title that says, Universe 6 wins the tournament. Everybody's brought back to life with the Super Dragon Balls. Because that will happen. But, you know, I want something different. Something that's not cliche. That's, I mean, should they keep going in the dark way in these endings? Or should they go back to something happy to kind of as a palate cleanser to what happened in the Trunks arc?
I think this arc is fine if it ends happy.
Yeah.
But
I say keep it going dark, since the people that were watching Dragon Ball grew up. They watched Dragon Ball Z. It got a little more bloody. Then they went to Super, and it's not super bloody, but there's secret hidden meanings in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But here, there's also the Super is basically aired on like kids watching. Although it's aired on a time where kids are watching TV, so it's still basically made for kids. So I doubt we'll get a super dark ending. And if they could
go dark, but they could go dark to where I mean, when the series ultimately ends, it won't be dark. That's 100% sure. Eventually, it'll all culminate into something bigger, and you know, I think that'd be cool because I would like something in this tournament to happen that results into the next arc, because we don't really get that much in this Dragon Ball Super series where one thing connects to another. It's just kind of this happens, then this happens afterwards. I'd like something that causes it to have something to happen in the future.
Super has no organic storytelling when you think about it. Like, seriously, the resurrection of F arc, you can count that as a filler. Like, literally.
Yeah. The only thing we got from it was Frieza meets Beerus and knows Beerus. That's it. But nothing directly from that went into the next arc. They could have done something like that. They didn't.
The only thing we got was Super Saiyan Blue. But Super Saiyan Blue could have been introduced in Universe 6.
Yeah.
And that could be the first time we had seen it. And I think that actually would have been a much better introduction. If when Vegeta is just standing there as a Super Saiyan and then just pops out blue, and that would have been a much better introduction to Super Saiyan Blue, to be honest.
And honestly,
Super Saiyan God
go ahead.
Super Saiyan God was short-lived.
Yeah. I do like what the manga did with the Super Saiyan God more. I like that he kind of incorporated. That's another video that could be done though, so I won't get into that too much. But I would like this arc to end like in a way where everybody kind of ends up working. That's kind of what I want another person to show up, because I'd like to see the universes working together in a way. Like to come against one, you know, really bad villain, which is what this series kind of got with Black. But they kind of said that gods were going to get involved. They got involved, but not the way you would think they would get involved. So I just kind of wanted to lead into something that happens where the universes, it starts as them fighting each other, and then they got to put the differences aside and fight on the same side. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool if they did something like that.
maybe one universe get pissed at the universe 7 and plots an attack or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like after the tournament ends.
Yeah.
Plot and full attack on the universe 7. I don't know. There's a ton of stuff that could happen.
Yeah.
To be honest. But okay, but
go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
It was gonna go on another topic. Go ahead.
Okay, what I wanted to ask you guys, how would you react if Zeno just comes in and just says, "I was just joking. No universe is getting destroyed. I just wanted to see you guys fight."
Honestly, I'd be pissed. It's such a cop out.
That's the tension that's putting all of this.
Yeah.
That's why people are going out and trying to assassinate Goku and Frieza.
It's just like Goku and Zeno, like, it was all a joke.
Goku's in on it.
Like,
Imagine if Goku's in on the prank as well.
and then hits in on it too, like, oh yeah, I've been through this before. It's just...
Just another day for Dragon Ball, and then it's time for music plays.
And then the Arale music plays for no reason. Alright, go ahead, Brian. What was your...
Do you guys think that they will pull off any AoE attacks like Krillin's Scatter Kamehameha, then Piccolo's Explosion, but like the one that doesn't damage him, the one that Piccolo Jr. pulled off?
I think that Master Roshi will throw out some jabronis with his Mafuba type move, or he'll use the electric move and get a whole bunch of like people who don't really matter. I'm gonna say the Universe 10 people because they've been shown to be jokes, and you know I think he's gonna get rid of like a bunch of like massive people for that reason.
What if Roshi gets rid of Caulifla? That would be...
causes Roshi to lose because he's been training his perviness.
Mine.
And then like she comes in and he's just like, oh, it's so beautiful. He just rolls out and then falls out the arena.
What if his dream is a female Super Saiyan?
Oh my gosh, that'd be funny. What if Kale turns into Super Saiyan God? That'd be crazy.
Now we're going into Dragon Ball Heroes territory.
That's future content in Dragon Ball Heroes, and then future content in Dokkan.
Oh no! But
I was talking about Dokkan. Super Saiyan 3 Broly releases in an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn!
I wish I could afford to pay for him.
I'm so broke right now.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, Kale obviously is going to get triggered by Caulifla somehow.
I could see Caulifla getting taken out, and then Kale just like taking out a bunch of people in anger.
The Broly Ki Blast thing where it's overflowing that she just throws random Ki Blasts out of her body.
Yeah. And then Vegeta sees her, and he's like, oh my god, it's so amazing. And he just falls on his ass in the tournament. He's like, oh, I can't handle it. She's so powerful.
Like TFS. She's so goddamn cool.
So
she just grabs him and throws him out the arena. Like, oh.
Okay. I think how would you react if Kale transforms? Because let's say Roshi gropes Caulifla.
By accident.
Yeah, sure, by accident. Honestly, Roshi probably will lose his mind when he sees this female Super Saiyans, to be honest with you.
What if he doesn't get turned on by Caulifla, but he gets turned on by Kale's Berserk form?
Oh my gosh! What if like he tries to hit on Caulifla, then Kale just beats him to the half inch of his life for it?
He leans in for the kiss.
She just comes in and destroys him. I wonder if they're gonna make any like jokes towards Kale and Goku. Just kind of like a nod to the whole Broly fan base.
Okay, honestly, if Goku is the one, let's say, who kicks out Caulifla, Kale will go berserk on Goku.
Yeah, that's true. They should be
That
screaming
could be a thing.
Kakarot, and it all come full circle.
Oh my god! Imagine if he overhears Vegeta calling him Kakarot and Rachel starts screaming Kakarot
Yes.
from that.
She just forgets all
That
words.
could actually work because he does call him Kakarot
Yeah.
instead of Goku.
Yeah,
She could,
exactly.
she could just pick up on the name.
Yeah, I mean, just screaming Kakarot, like, that'd be funny. Just to make people go nutso for their Broly counterparts.
Goku just sitting there having Vietnamese flashback.
Yeah, so you guys think do you think Jiren's gonna like take out a lot of people? I think he might take out people like Vegeta, honestly, because they're gonna really show how powerful this guy is. Or will him and Goku just go right at it?
I think Jiren will take out both Vegeta and hit.
That'd be a good way to really put him over.
I honestly think Jiren. I wonder though if Goku actually will be able to beat Jiren with his new transformation.
I don't know if I want him to be honest. I don't want Goku to last till the end. If I'm honest, like if we can just create a scenario where Goku is out, that'd be great. Because he has his moments. Let him get his moment in early, and then something happens. In typical Goku fashion, he makes a mistake, and then he gets taken out.
But it can't be at the early because Goku versus Jiren is obviously the big fight. So there could be fights after that.
Oh, I know it won't happen. I'm just saying it'd be nice to not end with Goku for once.
But it could be a Jiren and Goku takes each other out.
Yeah. What would be really cool is if like Goku and Jiren fight and Gohan actually finishes off Jiren in a way. Like Jiren will be tired unless Goku gives him a sensu bean, and he'll fight, and then Gohan will be at the level where he can actually beat Jiren, and it'd be kind of cool to see Goku's son taking out the person that he couldn't beat himself, but he needed help with, his family to do.
What I really want to see from Gohan is him redeeming Goku for Toppo.
Oh yeah,
because
that'd be good.
Gohan and Toppo are really similar, to be honest. They both like justice. They both love their poses.
Yeah, he'll see Toppo's pose and be like, I just gotta ask you. I know we're fighting, but you gotta teach me that pose. Toppo's like, what? It's like, I too am a of justice.
And then they just start posing like in the middle of the tournament.
That'd be great.
Well, I think that universe that just took a break for protein shakes, I think they're gonna start posing like randomly.
Oh yeah. Those are the guys I think they're just gonna be taken out. Like, I cannot take those guys seriously. There's no way. It just really shows. I feel bad I didn't know I could feel bad for Zamasu, but if this is what he had to deal with, I don't blame him for wanting to destroy all humans. Like, I would too. This is what you're used to seeing.
I wouldn't blame him. I never blamed him. Period.
But when you see these people, like, is this what he has to deal with in his universe? This poor man.
I mean, if you look at Goku, like just Goku, then you got Zamasu.
What Goku has done? Asking him for tea and telling him to record his GodTube videos. Like, what kind of life is this?
I mean, Zamasu did nothing wrong.
No, he was the real hero here.
Imagine if Zamasu had seen into the future and all this was his plan. Goku bringing out all this second Xeno to the universe and thus bringing the universal destruction.
He'd be like, well, I guess I had my Goku Black after all, and just, I'm done. What if it was all a ruse, and Zamasu is the future Xeno, and he shows himself, and then he just turns into the big bad of the entire end of the arc, and it all comes back around to Zamasu, and he just destroys everybody.
Oh god, that would be so terrible.
That'd be so weird and so make no sense, but I hope that doesn't happen, but that's hilarious to think about. It's like Zamasu was behind this all along. He's the reason. it just ends like it's like ha after he like Goku and Gohan and them are the last one standing, and he's like haha, you have fulfilled my zero mortal plan. It's like, what? That sounds familiar. It's just he forms into Zamasu, and then the other one turns into black for some reason. So the Xenos are black and Zamasu, and then they fuse, and they're like, we are beautiful, and you have done our deed for us. The zero mortal plan is complete.
And remember, it's just Goku and Gohan on the field. So Goku asks for the Potara, throws the earring to Gohan, and he still hasn't learned to catch it.
It all comes back around. I love it. Oh man. Okay, I think we've had a good conversation here. Nice, long-winded. I'm sure all 2 of my viewers are gonna enjoy this video. Get a nice little soda and Coke and pops and whatever you need, some candies, and sit down and drink and eat this. So before we go, do you guys want to shill anything? Promote yourself in some way? I don't know. People can find you. Buy your Etsy's. I don't know.
I have nothing to promote. You can promoting OG Dokkan Fire and the other Facebook group, Dokkan group I'm in, which is DragonBallZ Dokkan Battle Gaming Lounge.
There you go.
This is just a chill group.
Very nice. What about you?
Just OG Dokkan. Play Xenoverse and play Fighter Z. Fighter Z is going to be available for pre-order.
Yes. Look forward to many Fighters discussions coming up on this channel as well.
Oh my god, I'm just so hyped for Fighters.
And if you don't know, Trunks has been confirmed for that game, so that's exciting stuff.
In before range, Trunks.